everyone world over, wherever you are. We extend you a very warm welcome. Good morning, green afternoon, green evening in the different time zones, different continents, different places world over. We extend you all a very hearty welcome. It's indeed a proud privilege that this evening we have got most respectable Madam Dr. Sen. She is the former Director of Studies, Educational Innovations, Rural Reconstruction, Viswa Bharati Central University. We extend her a very warm welcome. And along with her, we have got our advisor, Shri Sudeep Majumdarji. Let me share a couple of slides with you initially before we request Madam to take on today's sharing her views with all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, our chamber since 1994, International Chamber for Service Industry in the service of non-resident Indians. And we are proud to share with all of us that the sincere efforts which we had put in from 94 onwards, in 2003, then the Honorable Prime Minister of India, we brought Bharatiya Parvati Divas along with other stakeholders from the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, and other prestigious organizations. Today, we have got more than 30 million non-resident Indians world over. They are in different countries and they are doing extremely proud to India. We understand during lockdown, we all are having difficult moments and thought processes are affected, business is affected, physical and mental health is affected, and main part of universe, education is also deeply affected. But we believe in Vasudev Kutumbakam. Let's all be together. Our chamber from morning 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 12 hours we give non-commercial, complimentary, without charging any money, just to empower all the educational hubs world over in all the countries wherever they need our support. We are there for teachers, we are there for youth, we are there for techo experts and everybody together. And basic aim is that the youth and the teacher, they should be empowered. This is our complete week program. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days, it's a youth empowerment strategies. Friday, we talk about water conservation strategies that comes from Singapore because we are international chamber, we have the NRI, so we bring more of the programs from abroad. Then Saturday evening, 5 p.m., we have got Shri Swami Vivekananda's teachings for education and youth empowerment. And immediately after this program, you have got Ayurveda that initially started with Ministry of Ayush. It's on yoga, meditation, naturopathy, nutrition, organic. Sunday morning, we are from United States, that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita and 10 Principal Upanishads. And 3 p.m. on Sunday, we are with 10 countries in the ASEAN, which is known as Southeast Asia. And the last program is Sunday evening at 5 p.m. That is micro, small, and the medium enterprise. And also we wish to share with all of you Monday to Friday, 12:30 to 1:30, we have got about an hour program, which is purely in Hindi. And that is basically, आज की युवा पीढ़ी क्या चाहती है? What does today's youth want? And that's a live telecast world over. So with these words, ladies and gentlemen, I also wish to share every Sunday evening, that is tomorrow evening, every Sunday, 7:30 p.m. onwards, you get our non-resident Indians from world over, and they share their best practices with us, how to empower Indian education system. And now the new education policy 2020, which has been announced on 29th of July, tomorrow evening, 7:30 p.m., right from Texas and Houston, we will have deliberations with the non-resident Indians, and that is going to be innovation in pedagogy. During this pandemic, we have understood one thing. The whole world has to get to the basics of life, basic food, basic happiness, health, wellness, and with that, earn and learn. मेहनत भी कीजिए और पढ़ाई भी कीजिए, that is the way. So whatever human mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's what is the philosophy we all got to adopt. This evening, we are privileged we have got most respectable Dr. Sabujkoli Sen ma'am. She is the former Director of Studies, Educational Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, Viswa Bharati Central University. We extend her a very warm welcome. It's a pleasure to have ma'am. She is a doctorate from Viswa Bharati Central University, Santiniketan, has 40 years of experience as a teacher of philosophy. She is the former Director of Studies, Educational Innovation and Rural Reconstruction, a former Professor of Philosophy, and former Head of the Department. Her field of specialization had been Indian philosophy, 19th century religious movements, and Tagore philosophy, especially the Ramakrishna movement. When I'm reading, my heart, my soul, my spirit, my mind, it is moving with those words, and I wish to educate myself everything this evening on Tagore's philosophy also, Ramakrishna movement also, and what exactly must have happened, particularly 19th century religious movement. Maybe she would be kind enough to give us some enlightenment on that. She has over 50 articles which have been published in reputed journals besides authoring four books. Madam Dr. Sen, she has delivered lectures in universities in India and abroad. She is an eminent speaker who also features in the panel of speakers of Institute of Culture, Ramakrishna Mission Golpark. A very warm welcome and a pleasure to have ma'am this evening. And ladies and gentlemen, our advisor to the ICSI, Sudeep Majumdarji, he is associated with Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission and its various central centers. District convener of Swami Vivekananda Bhava Anugrahi Zilla Smiti under Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture, Golpark, Kolkata. He is a member of Mentor Group Parivar Education Society. He is actively involved in social services and tribal welfare works through Rotary clubs on national level and has been felicitated and honored for his work. I only know this much that this series is being brought by him with his sincere efforts and he is doing a remarkable job. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Dr. Madam Sen. Hearty welcome to her. It's a pleasure to have ma'am with her, with us, with all of us. And I would request Sudeep ji, if you could kindly say a few words initially, and thereafter we would start today's program.
Thank you, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. A very good evening to all the viewers across the globe. And welcome to this webinar series on relevance of Swami Vivekananda's teachings in today's education and for youth empowerment under Making Education Relevant program, conducted and organized by the Indian International Chamber of Service Industries. On behalf of everybody, I would like to thank ICSI for this noble initiative. I pay my regards and extend a warm welcome to the speaker for the evening, Dr. Sabujkoli Sen, who will be speaking on the topic Swami Vivekananda Inspiring the Youth. On the 12th of January every year, we observe National Youth Day in India to commemorate the birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. The young spiritual leader who is credited with spreading the essence of Indian spirituality in the Western world had immense faith in the power of the youth of India. By upholding the teachings of Vedanta and its universal values of tolerance, acceptance, and coexistence of different faiths, cultures, and beliefs, he re-instilled a sense of pride amongst all Indians in their cultural heritage. The Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore had said, "If you want to know India, study Vivekananda. In him, everything is positive and nothing is negative." The message of the youth icon Swami Vivekananda would be to spread the message of positivity. What makes Swami Vivekananda the ideal role model for the youth is the fact that he motivated the youth to be strong in body, mind, and spirit, and he strongly advocated their role in nation building. He envisioned India as a country with energetic young minds who will shape a modern nation based on the foundation of Vedic spiritual ideas. He felt that the vitality of the nation lies in its youth. The youth is what a nation has, which will pave its path into the future. Youth life is the most precious life. Youth is the best time. The way in which you utilize this period will decide the nature of your coming years that lie ahead of you, said the great philosopher. Swami Vivekananda was a youth saint and is an example to the world with the teachings he shared. I think that our younger generation will take advantage of this fountain of wisdom, of spirit and fire that flows through Swami Vivekananda, said Jawaharlal Nehru. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, the great patriot and an icon of Indian freedom struggle, was himself inspired by none other than Swami Vivekananda. And he said, I quote, Swami Vivekananda harmonized the East and the West, religion and science, past and present. And that is why he is great. Our countrymen have gained unprecedented self-respect, self-reliance, and self-assertion from his teachings. The philosophy of Swami Vivekananda and the ideals for which he worked are a great source of inspiration for the youth, not only of India, but across the globe. He gave the clarion call to the youth, arise, awake, and stop not until the goal is reached. The speaker for the evening, Dr. Sabujkoli Sen herself has inspired many a young mind. I have had the good fortune of knowing her for almost a decade now. She is well-read, a deep thinker, and an eloquent speaker. Her vast knowledge and experience of Swami Vivekananda philosophies is a result of a deep reading and interaction with the monks of Ramakrishna Mission from her very childhood. With over 40 years of teaching experience on philosophy and comparative religion, she has enlightened readers with her innumerable writings published in journals and books. Some of her articles on Swamiji include Advaita Vedanta of Sankaracharya and Swami Vivekananda, an analysis, Swami Vivekananda and the national integration, possibility of interfaith dialogue, and analysis of the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda. Well, with these words, I would now like to request Dr. Sabujkoli Sen to share with us her views on the topic of discussion for the evening, Swami Vivekananda, inspiring the youth. Dr. Sen, Sabujkoli Di, as I call her, the stage is open for you to take over. I would request you to kindly unmute yourself. I see your mic is muted, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. If we can't hear you, I think you have to unmute yourself.
Unmute, ma'am.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Thank you, Sudhi. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all listeners of this webinar. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Gulshan Sharma, DG ICSI, for inviting me in this webinar, and Mr. Sudhi Mutundar, advisor to ICSI. In the history of Indian Renaissance, a very special position is held by Swami Vivekananda as a religious reformer. Swami Vivekananda inspired youths of 19th and 20th century India. But the question arises, is it still relevant in 21st century also? You know, I was teaching in a university for the last 40 years, and I had to answer this question to my students.
Ma'am, there is a problem with audio. People are not able to listen.
I think Uh, I think if you put off your video, the audio might be clearer.
Hello?
Is it? Yeah, that is
Ha,
better. That is better.
ha,
That is better.
yes.
In the midst of Indian Renaissance, the position is held by Swami Vivekananda as a religious reformer. Swami Vivekananda inspired the youth of 19th and 20th century India. But a question arises, is it still relevant in 21st century also? You know, I was teaching at university for the last 40 years, and I had to answer this question to my students. What is the significance of his teachings? Why should you follow his path, the path of a sannyasi who renunciated worldly pleasures? In my teaching career, I have seen that to 99% students, development means economic development, material prosperity. 1% also thinks for spiritual development. They want both. I had long discussion with the students on this issue. They have some specific questions, such as how can Swamiji's life and teachings help the young generations a well-paying job to get a well-paying job, a promotion in service, a decent house or flat, a car, a smartphone of good quality, etc. Most of them come from middle class or lower middle class family who are aspiring for a job. If Swamiji can't show the way, then why is in present society, especially the young generation? I tried to answer their questions, which I'll discuss here. But before that, let me very briefly look at the history. From 12th century to 14th century, Europe underwent an awakening, intellectual awakening. Universities were founded in Oxford, Paris, Bologna, and several other cities. Monasteries also became centers of knowledge. It was this intellectual awakening that in succeeding
Madam,
centuries
can I,
led.
Madam, can I request if you can switch off your video, then audio would be better, ma'am. If you can switch off your video, your audio would be better. Because
Because bandwidth, because
yes,
of connectivity problem.
we are having difficulty on that. We are having
Yes.
difficulty on that.
Yes.
Because people are writing to me on WhatsApp that we are unable to listen. And she is giving something very important to us, which we want that we should get it.
Yes, stopping the video will make it much better.
Yes, yes. If you can stop your video, ma'am, then
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yeah, stop video.
No,
Can you
ma'am.
hear me
It's
now?
please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, stop video.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Now can you hear me?
It is better, slightly better. If you can bring the microphone nearer to your mouth, I think it will be very clear now.
Is it okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. No, not yet. One thing, yeah, that is better. Hello. Didi, I think we have two connections from your side. Is one from your smartphone? If you can talk in the smartphone, I think it will be better.
Yes, yes.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now?
It is better
Hello?
now. Yes, yes, yes. Please carry on.
Okay. Okay.
Hello. We have again lost your audio, I think.
Madam has to switch off one of the connections because two connections are there.
Okay.
Kindly speak to her on phone. Kindly speak to her on phone.
Switched off one. I'll do that.
Yeah, please. Just mute your mic. Mute your mic. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just coming back. Actually, there is some audio problem. We will just start again because technically people joining from different places. So sometimes there are technical difficulties. It will be all right in a little while. Let's pray. Because we were having logged in from two places. So we will be getting the distinguished guest back in a while, and we will continue then with our program. It's a matter of just a minute.
Yeah, Santiniketan area, I know we work in those
No
areas.
worries. No worries.
Connectivity
No
is a
worries.
problem. I think she is connected now, but we are not able to hear her yet.
No worries. Let's see. So,
Lily, are you able to hear us? Hello. Lily, are you able to hear us? We are not getting your sound. The audio is not coming. I'll ask her to log in again.
yeah, please. So, ladies and gentlemen, little technical difficulty, but we are going to resume once again. And I wish to share with all of you that every Saturday at 5 p.m. we have this program, which is a very special program on Swami Vivekananda. And then at 6:30 we have got a program that is Ayurveda for Wellness. And today, once again, there's a very special program. Professor Aurora would be coming at 6:30, and that is Ayurveda for the Global Wellness. That program, immediately after this program, we will take it on. So just bear with us. We will be resuming once again very soon.
Next Saturday, Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, we can tell our viewers
Kindly,
that
please inform. Please inform.
We would be having Most Revered Swami Sarvapriyanand ji, who is the minister in charge of the New York Center of Ramakrishna Mission,
Yes.
and a very sought after speaker across the globe. On
Yes.
the YouTube, he has millions of followings, and he is a very learned monk, a very good speaker, So next Saturday at 5 p.m., we would be having Reverend Swami Sarvapriyananji, uh, and we hope that all of you would really enjoy that session also. As far as the present today's speaker is concerned, Dr. Sabujkoli Sen, I have had the good fortune of listening to many of her speeches live, not through the webinars actually in front. And she is a wonderful speaker. She has always kept everybody in. Today she is having some technical problems which we do face in Birbhum. Whenever I go out there to work, we have this internet bandwidths are low, so she is having that problem.
No
So
worries. No
I've
worries.
asked her to. Hopefully we'll be having her back soon. Let me cross check one second.
Yeah, please. We are getting back once again, ladies and gentlemen, very soon. It's a matter of little time. We will just get back to you because we are just trying to reach out speaker. It's a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I'm also anxiously waiting that we should hear today's speaker because I
Yes,
heard so much.
till we get her back, live.
Yes.
I think when we talk of Swami Vivekananda inspiring the youth,
Ah,
in fact, there can be no better role model for youth inspiration than
ha,
Swami
ha,
Vivekananda.
ha.
If we read him, we read his teachings, his works, and follow what he has said while he traveled across the globe.
Mhm.
From my personal experience, I can say whenever I have sat down reading his teachings and literature, it has always given me, inspired me, given me a thought of pride to be an Indian first,
Hmm.
a human being first. These two things,
Wow.
of course, in whichever order you would like to take, a human being and an Indian,
Hmm.
because he was always referred to as the patriotic monk. He was not
Hmm.
only a monk, he was a patriotic monk.
Hmm.
And he had inspired so many people. And
Hmm.
as I was earlier mentioning, he was the main inspiration of Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose.
Huh.
Okay. And what better patriotic leader can we have than Netaji, who
Yes.
himself was inspired by uh, Swami Vivekananda. I think Dr. Shane is there, but her mic is muted. Let me ask her to
To her.
unmute herself.
Talk to her.
We have
Talk
got,
to her.
yeah, yeah.
Talk. Talk to her. And ladies and gentlemen, if you remember, 11th of September, 1893, Chicago Convention. It was a religious convention of the whole world, and the people from world over, when they all got together at Chicago, it was a wonderful program. Almost 127 years back. Imagine a person talking
Hello.
over. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we are able to hear you. We are able to hear you, Didi.
Yeah. So I'm starting again.
Yes, please start again. please, please start again. Please start again because we don't want to miss. We don't want to miss. We don't want to miss,
In
madam.
my teaching career, can you hear me? In my teaching, we have seen that 99% students, development means economic development.
Sudeep ji?
Audio is still not good. The audio is not coming well. I think your connection again is creating a problem. It is the connection through which you were speaking shows you are connecting. No, Didi, we are not able to hear you. There is a lot of echo and, the voice is breaking. You are having 3 connections through which you have logged in. I think you'll have to disconnect the others so that, we get a better. One
Hello,
is gone now.
Sudeep, now can you hear me?
This is better, Didi.
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
This is better.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In my
This is
teaching career, actually, I'm trying. In my teaching career, I have seen that to 99% students, development means economic development, material prosperity. 1% also thinks for spiritual development. They want both. I had long discussions with them on this issue. They had some specific questions, such as how can Swamiji's life and teachings help the young generation a well-paid job, promotion in service, a decent house or flat, a car, a smartphone of good quality, etc. Most of them came from middle class and lower middle class family who were aspiring for a job. If Swamiji can't show the way, then why he is relevant in present society, especially to the young generation? I tried to answer their questions, which I have discussed here. Before that, let me very briefly look at the history. From 12th century to 14th centuries, Europe underwent an awakening, intellectual awakening. Universities were founded in Oxford, Paris, Bologna, and several other cities. Monasteries became centers of knowledge. It was this intellectual awakening that, in succeeding sense, led to the Renaissance, the development of science, invention of machines, the Enlightenment, the Industrial Revolution, socio-political upheavals, overseas troubles, establishing colonies in distant parts of the globe, all of which enabled the Europeans to acquire enormous wealth and power and to dominate and subjugate people in South America, Asia, and Africa. It is an irony of their history that just when the European mind woke up, the Indian mind went to sleep. This national slumber lasted nearly 700 years. It is well known that until the 12th century, India was the wealthiest nation in the world, producing 1/3 of global GDP. But after it succumbed to foreign invasions, from the 11th century onwards, its economy began to decline.
We have lost her.
It was going so good. I was so happy.
Yeah, but I think she's back. I think she's connected back.
Because 11th century and up to that time, foreign invasion, and she was telling that how India.
Yeah, this connection, I think she's back.
Century, India was the biggest nation in the world. To foreign invasion from the 11th century onwards, its economy began to decline. And in the 16th century, its share in global GDP was only 25%. China took over India.
We have again lost her. She is having a lot of connectivity problem, it seems.
It was so good. It was so good. We came up to 11th century. And then.
In fact, yes, this connection that she is bringing up when the European mind woke up, the Indian mind went to sleep. We had never, connected it and tried to understand from that angle. I think we are getting her back. Didi, are you able to hear us? We had lost you temporarily again, but now I see you connected, but we are not able to get your audio. You are muted, Didi. You will have to unmute yourself. Yes.
Yes, I admitted it. By 16th century, it became the poorest nation of the world. It was not only in the economic field that India's downfall took place, but in all fields. The British Indian writer of Indian origin, Noble has stated a kind of collective amnesia seemed to have overtaken the Indian mind. Till the end of India appeared to be a sleeping giant. At the beginning of the 20th century, this sleeping giant to show awakening. It was Swami Vivekananda who first of this awakening of India. In a lecture delivered in the South Indian town of Ramnath in 1887, Swamiji said, I quote, the longest night.
You again lost her.
It is such a powerful script she has got. It is such a powerful view she has got. And this was,
Yes.
I'm going to say, I'm feeling so helpless. I think India needs a better digital connectivity.
Yeah, we are dependent on technology, but the technology.
The longest night seems to be passing. The total struggle seems to be coming to an end, and at last, and behold, the sleeper is awakening. She is awakening this midnight of hours from her deep, long sleep. Unquote. The role of Swami Vivekananda played in this awakening is my subject today. Swamiji wanted awakening of spirituality, social prosperity, economic prosperity, material prosperity. But Swamiji's spirituality overshadowed his other sides to general public, by general mass. He is only known as spiritual leader who also inspired the freedom fighters. More than 120 years ago, he stated, education, education, and education alone. I'm really surprised to see that 120 years ago, Swamiji spoke about what is nowadays called non-formal education. He was also pioneer in advocating what is now called vocational training. He wanted that poor children be given training in some trade or skills so that they may earn their livelihood. He was very much in favor of introducing science and technology in educational curriculum of India. It is incorrect to say that Swamiji overemphasized the spiritual basis of education to the utter neglect of the need of scientific and technological training. Rather, speaking on the importance of technical education, Swamiji said, I quote, if some unmarried graduates, that time early marriage of male students or boys also was a custom. He said, if I can get some unmarried graduates, I may try to send them to Japan and make arrangements for their technical education there, so that when they come back, they may turn their knowledge to the best account of India. Unquote. He again said, we need technical education and all else which may develop industries so that men, instead of seeking service, may earn enough to provide for themselves and save something against a rainy day. Here we remember his meeting with Tata on his way to America. Jamshedji was importing matchboxes from abroad, but young Swamiji told him, why don't you manufacture the same in your own country? The rest is history. Jamshedji Tata wrote to Swami Vivekananda, in which he recalled his conversation with him and shared his project of setting up a science research institute in India. In 23rd November, in 23rd November 1898, from Esplanade House, Bombay, he wrote, Dear Swami Vivekananda, I trust you remember me as a fellow traveler on your voyage from Japan to Chicago. I very much recall at this moment your views on the growth of the ascetic spirit in India and the duty not of destroying, but of diverting it into useful channels. I recall these ideas in connection with my scheme of a research institute of science for India. Unquote. It is really surprising that a chance meeting en route from Japan to Vancouver, a meeting of minds and a scheme that resulted in the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. The material prosperity of the West made Swamiji think as to what could be the source of the material progress of the West. He was convinced that the physical basis of the Western civilization was sufficiently strong, and this explains why the West achieves amazing material progress. The Swami urged upon the young generation of India to be adequately sensible to the material values of life. He only insisted that all national activities of India should be centered around the spiritual ideal. Spiritual ideal. Since religions formed the core of the national life of India. Here we may refer his conversation with his disciple Sharat Chandra Chakraborty. In Swami Shishya Sangvad, conversation with disciple, Swamiji 120 years ago told about entrepreneurship for young generation. He said, why you are begging for a menial clerical job? Go to America with cane baskets, cane tray, and other indigenous handicrafts and sell these products there. They have not seen this. Go to Western country with our Banarasi saris, make gowns for ladies and sell them. Just think what Abu Jani, Rohit Khosla, Sobhasachi Mukherjee, the fashion designers are doing today. Swamiji dreamt of it 120 years back. He was a visionary. This Swamiji is unknown to us. So, Swamiji was not against the material prosperity of the country and countrymen. The path of renunciation, sannyasa, is not for all. That is only for a chosen few. Indian philosophy also talk about four purusharthas, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. The ultimate goal is moksha, but artha and kam also have a role. Nistrayas is the ultimate goal, but Abhudaya, material prosperity, was not ignored in Indian philosophy. So what is the aim of education according to Swami Vivekananda? It is the training of the mind with a definite objective, the development of the total personality of a man. Swamiji said, I quote, the ideal of all education, all training should be man-making.
Unfortunately, we have. Oh, she's back.
It was going so well. It was going so well. People
Yes.
are enjoying
Yeah, I think
because
she's back now.
this much of information we never got in detail earlier.
Never. It was never touched. This particular angle of
Yeah,
Swamiji has never been touched in our previous.
I mean to say,
What was the last? So what is the aim of education according to Swami Vivekananda? It is the training of the mind with a definite objective, the development of the total personality of a man. Swamiji says, I quote, the ideal of all education, all training should be education information that is put into your brain and runs right there. undigested all your life. We must have life building, man making, character making, assimilation of ideas. In other place, he says, I quote, the end of all education, all training should be man making. The end and aim of all training is to make the man grow, unquote. And undisputedly, this is still the aim of 21st century young generation, that their aim is to grow, to be. Now let us see how Swami Vivekananda's life and teachings can show us how to satisfy the material needs as well as how to realize the divinity in man. So Vivekananda was a leader manager, management guru. If the young people carefully introspect, they will understand why they should turn to him to find their way to a productive and profitable life. Let's start with Swamiji's oft-quoted saying, which Sudip already mentioned, Uttishtata Jagrata Prapya Varan Nibudhata. Arise, awake, do not stop till the goal is reached. So the first step is goal. Nothing is achieved unless one has a goal in life. Without a goal, one drifts like a rudderless boat. The goal has to be worthy as well as realistic. One can also set long-term, intermediate term.
Lost her again.
Hmm.
See, she was telling about this goal.
Yes,
I think she's
come.
back. In our last Saturday also, it was setting goal and goal of education that we discussed.
Nothing
I
is
think
achieved
we can hear her
unless
again.
one has a goal in life. Can you hear me? Sudip, শুনতে পাচ্ছো?
We can hear you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, please go ahead.
So the first is the goal, and second is developing a plan of action, setting schedule and deadlines, working hard, charting your progress, and making the required adjustment. We all do it before examinations. Then comes concentration and detachment. The human mind has infinite power and potentiality. The more concentrated it is,
Oh, again the disturbance. How wonderful, she was taking it from goal to set.
I have to make a request to you
Yeah.
that whatever madam is saying, we got to get the script of that because we will put it into the YouTube along with so that people can read the comments also.
Yeah. She's back, I think.
Yeah.
then comes concentration. Then comes concentration and detachment. The human mind has infinite power and potentiality. The more concentrated it is, the more power is brought to bear on a particular subject matter. It may be to study a subject or business venture. The chemist in his laboratory concentrates all the energies of his mind on one point and fixes upon it his individual attention. As a result, he finds the secret. The astronomer concentrates all his energies on stars, the sun, the moon, and other bodies so as to achieve his goal. Everything is waiting for you. Only you have to learn how to handle it. The copper will do his job better if his mind is more concentrated. Likewise, the cook will prepare a better meal if his mind is concentrated. It is necessary that while we learn how to concentrate our mind on a particular object, we should at the same time cultivate detachment. That is to say, we should be able to withdraw the mind from one object and
Another very important point she was touching, concentration of mind and at the same time getting detached. If we don't get detached, then, we get influenced by the attachment and until ultimately the quality of the product comes down.
She's coming back again.
That is to say, we should be able to withdraw the mind from one object and place it on another. If we want good result in examination, we have to detach ourselves from other pleasures. The concentration of mind and detachment from yes, the pleasure is very important. Now, how to achieve concentration? Mind can be controlled and concentration attained by following the methods of Raj Yoga.
Okay, lost her at a very crucial time. The Raj Yoga she was speaking of. Didi, you are muted. Yeah.
The Raja Yoga prescribes several methods, the most important of which are breathing and meditation. Swami says, I quote, by the exercise of breathing, we begin to feel all the movements of the body that we now do not feel. As soon as we begin to feel them, we begin to master them. Thoughts in jam will open to us and we will be able to get hold of them. About meditation, Swamiji remarks, I quote, before we control our mind, we must study it. We have to seize this unstable mind and drag it from its wandering and fix it on one idea. Next is motivation. It is clear that the youth, at least most of them, are motivated by money or, in general terms, material things. There is nothing wrong in it. This motivation is not confined to the youth of India alone. It is a global phenomenon. Financial gain is the most powerful motivation to which the human mind responds. Even Indian philosophy gives due recognition to ortho and calm. But righteous ortho and calm, a stipulation is that no one pursues wealth or materialistic desires through righteous means only. There are two types of needs, lower level needs and higher level needs. There is a hierarchy of needs from physiological needs like food, water, sleep, safety, job and financial security, health and well-being. Then comes social needs like love, friendship, family. Then comes esteem needs, status, self-respect and recognition. Finally, self-actualization. When lower level needs are satisfied, then people look forward to satisfy the higher level needs. We shall discuss some steps that are vital in satisfying those needs of 21st century young generation aspiring for a good life. Self-development. Everyone wants a better job, a promotion, high salary. A constant emphasis on self-development is necessary for any upward movement. We can remember the story of the monkey trying to climb up a greased pole only through constant climbing effort. Does he stay in one place or go up? If he does not do anything, he will slide down. Since Swamiji was a born leader, we may not know exactly how he developed himself to be in that position of eminence and admiration, but we know how he emphasized self-development through the idea of man-making education and founding a learning organization. Vivekananda introduced us to the exalted concept that knowledge is already inherent in man, but it requires awakening. This concept is implicit in Vivekananda's oft-quoted definition of education. Education is the manifestation of the perfection already in man. He said that no knowledge comes from outside. It is all inside. Then he emphasized self-development by saying, do you think you can teach even a child? You cannot. The child teaches himself. Your duty is to afford opportunities and to remove the obstacles. A plant grows. Do you make the plant grow? Your duty is to put a hedge around it and see that no animal eats up the plant. And there your duty ends. The plant grows of itself. Unquote. There is an example of how self-development with courage and resolve could help achieve his goals. A poor and young store clerk who had no formal education once bought a barrel of junk in an auction. In that barrel was nothing of real value except two law books. The young fellow read those books repeatedly from cover to cover through night and day, preparing himself for his time to come. He would walk miles to hear a famous speaker and would practice for hours emulating that speaker. His determination and courage in the face of adversity finally paid off. He later became the 16th President of the United States. His name was Abraham Lincoln, a totally self-developed man. Those who want to prosper in life, personal development is essential for him. The most important thing is reading habit. Reading books outside one's academic curriculum, inspirational books and talks. In YouTube, we find such kind of talks now. Books on history, personality development like Dale Carnegie books. Lives of successful people are very useful for self-development. Those who have difficulty in reading books, but they can read digital books. According to Swami Vivekananda, there is no limit to this self-development, and one should never give up its pursuit. If you want to go to the top, this will be a lifelong commitment. For developing concentration of mind, the most important step is to practice. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Guru of Swami Vivekananda, used to give an example of a circus girl. She is walking on a thin nylon rope with cups and saucers on her head. She is balancing the cups and saucers as well as the rope. This is possible because of her practice, practice, and practice. Swamiji always emphasized on constant practice. Next comes self-confidence. When a person is confident in his mental capabilities, he will have the ability to analyze a situation and then making the necessary decision. It is essential to teach a student the dignity of the human individual. Many students go astray because they have no faith in themselves. It is Shraddha or faith in one's dignity and power to do good that makes a man noble. He who looks upon himself as powerless, ignoble, sinful, and imperfect can do neither any good to himself nor good to the world he lives in. We cannot afford to forget that we are the children of eternity, and this faith gives us indomitable energy. Swamiji's self-confidence was legendary. This was apparent in his childhood and it stayed with him his entire life. How else could he have ventured to sail to America without any knowledge of what awaited him once he got there? Before boarding the ship to America, he told his brother disciple, Swami Turiyananda, that whatever is happening in America, that is organizing of the Dharma Sammelan, was only for him. That was his self-confidence. During a question-answer session at the end of his Brooklyn lecture in New York in early 1895, the young Swami of 32 years old from an oppressed poor country said, I quote, I have a message to the West as Buddha had a message to the East, unquote. This is self-confidence. Modern youth can definitely learn from Swamiji's example. So the steps are goal, developing a plan of action, motivation, concentration and detachment, self-development and practice, self-confidence. If we practice these 7 steps, we will get success in life. Now, the most important question is, do this material prosperity constitute the be-all and end-all of life? The answer is no. These are only intermediate goal of life. These are lower level material needs. Most of the people are satisfied with this, but there is also higher level needs. After reaching the top, they try to do something for other, service to mankind. For example, an entry-level IT specialist will pay attention to his pay, vacation, bonus, but people like Ratan Tata will think how he could introduce computer education in elementary schools in India. Or Vinayaka Lohani, an IIT IIM graduate, dreams of setting up schools and centers for downtrodden children of India. These are higher level needs, and here Swamiji becomes all the more relevant. To conclude, I would say Swamiji may not arrange for you, for the students, for the young generation to get the job they are seeking, but will show them how to prepare themselves. He may not able to give you a promotion, but he will show you how you can improve yourself. Develop self-confidence and make yourself more valuable to your organization. He may not arrange your vacation to Thailand or Maldives or Manali for rest and relaxation, but he can teach you how to access your inner self, how to relax your body and mind without setting foot outside your home. Above all, he will show you how you can expand your goals from making money to making a difference, serving a purpose, and thus to seek true happiness in life. He is therefore very relevant now more than ever. I again thank Dr. Gulshan Sharma and Sudeep Majumdar for inviting me here. But I'm sorry for this, problem which I had in internet. Thank you.
Wonderful,
Namaskar.
wonderful, Bandrol Didi. It was excellent.
I tell you,
Had we not had the interruptions, so very inspiring. As I said,
yeah.
the topic is inspiring the youth, and today Didi has been there to inspire us all. And I am lost for words to really say anything after such a wonderful
I have got a request to
liberation.
make. I've got a
Mm.
request to make.
Yes,
I've got a
Yes,
request to make.
yes, yes.
Whatever she conveyed, I need that because I will put it into the YouTube so that the entire world, because see, technical difficulties are always there. We can understand. India needs a better connectivity, digital connectivity. But whatever she conveyed today, I need a script and I'm going to put it with her views in the YouTube itself so that each and every word, I mean, there was so much of inspiration today, so much of inspiration. The only thing I'm
What
feeling
we
bad.
can do, Dr. Sharma, we can request her to send us a recorded version,
Yes,
audio
yes.
or video, whichever is
I can do
convenient.
that.
So
I'll do
that
that.
would be very
Yes, yes, yes.
nice.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
And again, coming back to Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, your
I'm
initial,
speechless. I'm speechless today. I'm
you
speechless
know,
because I never knew so much about Swami Vivekananda ji and the kind of areas what she had touched today. I would say it's something beyond. There is no aspect which has not been taken care of. She has given altogether a different dimension to the whole prospect. I mean, say what people were thinking, what people are thinking, and what all he conveyed, Swami Vivekananda ji. Sudeep ji, मैं तो really, I'm moved.
what,
I'm moved.
Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji, what really bothers me is why, even after 120 years of his passing away almost,
Yeah.
why do the youth of the country don't take up and read Swamiji?
There is a reason.
That is a question I
There,
can't understand.
there is a reason. There is a reason for that. These things should come in the front. They are not coming. They are not coming. People are not knowing. Youth do not know. Youth, I mean to say, I'm sorry. We got to bring this program more aggressively, and we have to bring it more and more, and we have to increase the frequency. I'm saying today I'm so much moved. I'm finding, everything is altogether different today. Altogether different. I'm telling you. I'm not finding the appropriate words to convey my
Very true.
deepest regards to her because what all areas she has covered, what all she has touched is a new dimension. It's a new dimension.
In fact, I would suggest Dr. Sharma ji, in some other program, as when you were introducing and you said, Didi, she is an authority on Rabindranath Tagore as she is on Swami Vivekananda.
Hmm.
I say this because I have heard her speak. We have a monthly a study circle that we conduct once a month at our house. We read on Swamiji and Ramakrishna Paramahans, and
Hmm.
all of us who are there, we are really bowled over with her knowledge and the depth of her knowledge, and how she seamlessly connect the philosophies and the ideologies of these two greats of the country, So there is a lot that she has to offer, and I think it is good that now she is retired and she might have more time to offer, so that she can spread the message of Swamiji more vastly and more intently. Uh, she is, relieved from the confinements of the job of the university, and we are really looking forward to a lot from her in the coming days.
And your suggestion is very good for me. Let her record and let her send to us.
Yes.
We will hold this video, and we will not upload it right now. And what we will do, that although this program is going live, or maybe we can have another program for her which she records and sends to us. We will upload it separately, because every word, every time her voice was going, I was thinking my heart is missing a beat now, because I want to hear the next sentence. I want to hear the next sentence. I want to take it on forward. And ladies and gentlemen, so much. Sudeep ji, I think conclusion from your side. Please go ahead.
No, after what she has said, I don't have words to conclude. The only thing is, she has touched the personality of Vivekananda in from all angles. It is
Yes.
not one angle which it is made of people to think that he is only a spiritual leader or religious leader. Swamiji was never confined to that single definition. The vastness of his knowledge, the vastness of his personality, the vastness of his vision is, it is understood, because even after 120 years of his passing away, we are still talking about him. We have an organization whose management, Ramakrishna Mission, Mutt and Mission, whose very guidelines, the administration, the management had been laid down by Swamiji, and it is being followed in toto even now. So, what better a management guru can the world have than Swamiji? And that is why he is being taught, his teachings are being taught in many universities, many corporates use his teachings to inspire their employees. And we, being the people, being, from his motherland, we in our own country, we fail to read him and get inspired from him. And that is nothing worse can be than this particular fact. And I think it is a responsibility of all of us to really take it up, reach out to the youth, take the teachings, take the understanding, take the visions of Swami Vivekananda to them, and help them get inspired. That is all that I can say.
Wonderful. And this evening, I will take most respectable Dr. Sen ma'am's today's views as an appetizer. The main dish is waiting. I have yet to get a main dish from her, because it was so inspiring. It was so inspiring. I'm going to say each and every word what she has conveyed, she has given a different dimension to everybody today. And I'm so much moved and overwhelmed that I'm looking forward to getting more insight from her. And maybe one of these days, let's organize. First of all, Sudeep ji, you have to take care of it, that she should be at a place where we get a proper bandwidth, we get a proper kind of because see, technology plays very important role. So we have to get better bandwidth. Let's organize a half-a-day program for the youth exclusively with these kind of, whatsoever has been conveyed today. I think they have to be elaborated and they have to be put in perspective. Like tomorrow morning, Professor Satendra Dhiman, when he comes, he talks Srimad Bhagavad Gita, how it is related to today's modern management, our education, our youth, our teachings. And he relates the example, what he is having in Howard, Stanford, Wharton, and all the places. I think the time has come. We got to take this agenda forward. Swami Vivekananda's, whatever he has conveyed for education, for youth empowerment, and for our teachers also. It's a great inspiration. Whatever ma'am has conveyed today, we would like to take this agenda forward. And I can only say my deep regards and thanks to her for such a wonderful, inspirational insight which she has given to all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, soon we will have a program. We will have half a day program exclusively for the youth, 3 to 4 hours program, and we would look forward to getting most respectable Dr. Sen ma'am's recorded version, which we will upload it separately.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, green morning to everybody, green afternoon to everyone, and green evening. And people, those are about to sleep, good night to you, green night. And we extend you all the best wishes. Dream well, think about Swami Vivekananda ji, and think about